is Michelle Bensini, and I am your host today. Welcome to our Career Connection webinar. Our guest speaker today is Tiffany Cantrell, Program Manager of Business IT and Hospitality Services at Suncoast Technical College. Today's session is being recorded and will be available on our YouTube channel within 48 hours, as well as a link going to your email within 48 hours regarding that. This is a webinar format, so all your lines will be muted. You can ask questions by going to the Q&A box at the bottom of the screen. We will leave time at the end of this to answer those questions. When the Q&A session is finished, please stay on for an extra minute for a quick survey, which will help us with our future programs. Now, before we start, let me tell you about Women's Resource Center. We have been empowering women since 1979. We have 3 centers across Manatee and Sarasota counties. They are located in Bradenton, Sarasota, and Venice. We serve over 1,700 clients each year and over 5,000 hours of programming. Our goal at Women's Resource Center is to engage, educate, enrich, and empower women of all generations. We do this through programs and services at no cost or low cost. We offer our clients resource advising, mental health counseling, career services, educational workshops, programs, and scholarships, along with legal and financial consultation and education. Since this webinar is about careers, let me tell you a little about our career programs and services. We offer one-on-one career counseling that may include resume writing, networking techniques, computer tutoring, interviewing skills, along with job search tools. We have 2 career closets that clients can go to for outfits and accessories for their interviews and or work. They are located in Bradenton and Sarasota and are open Monday through Thursday from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. Once again, this session's being recorded and it will be available on our YouTube channel within 48 hours, and you will also receive an email within 48 hours with the link to this information. Please, again, use the box at the end of the screen for any questions, and we'll go over them at the end of the presentation. And after the Q&A session, please stay on for a quick survey that will help us with future programs, as your input is very important to us. And now it is my pleasure to introduce you to Tiffany Cantrell. Take it away.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tiffany. My voice is a little hoarse and I have been a little coffee, so I might mute myself from time to time because talking sometimes is a little challenging the last couple of days. So I'm here today to present to you about the programs that I manage here at Suncoast Technical College. I am currently over, as Michelle said, the business and IT programs, and we call them hospitality services, but they consist of the culinary programs here at STC, as well as facial specialty and cosmetology. Our business programs, you'll hear more about in a moment, but they're anywhere from business management to like some high-level programming and fixing computers. So sort of the gamut of lots of different tricks of the trade here. So I think I'm going to present, right? I'm going to share my screen, my presentation, and let's hope that it will push all the way through. Okay, let's see. They used to call us human services, which I still feel like is a better match for some of the things that we do, but so that's why it says that there. But so sort of a lot to look at here for you, but this is the list of the business programs that we have here at Suncoast Technical College. And I'll go through each one of them and explain a little bit more about how our program works. But we have digital video, we call it DVP, digital design, emerging tech and business. It's like an e-commerce entrepreneurship class. And then we have CSIT, which is our computer systems and information tech. Next year, we're implementing a brand new program that will just be starting called Technology Support Services. And then we have .NET, which is networking and programming. So all of our programs, with the exception of technology support services, are open to dual enrollment students from our area high schools and adults. So we have 11th grade students are the first year, that's the first year they can come to us as an 11th grader. And they can choose to come to us for the half of their school day. The other half of their school day is spent on their core curriculum that they need to do for graduation at their home high school. And all of these classes here at STC are considered career and technical education programs. So they fall under the CTE umbrella. Each of our courses, like I said, have 11th graders. They can start as a 12th grader, but a lot of times our programs are fairly full, so it's challenging to get in. But any adult can also enroll in them as well. So it's a very mixed class. A group of our home high schools come to us in the morning. We call it our AM session. And then we have another group of high schools that come to us in the PM. And the buses do bring them here and take them back. But they're also able to drive if they have the ability to do so. And we have a campus parking available. Each of our programs also has what are called industry certifications. And they're really important for the business world because it basically demonstrates that, for example, if you were enrolled in digital video production, that you not only knew the content of how to make and create digital videos from start to finish, but also that you could run the software programs needed to create the videos. So in that course, they do Adobe Photoshop and Premiere. But you can see in the digital design class, that class is set up for design of graphics. So if you're an artist or if you just have a creative mind, graphic design, Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign. If you are not familiar with Photoshop, that's basically how to learn to edit graphics. And you've probably experienced something in your life where you'd wanted to get rid of an extra hand or a photo bomber in your picture, or just change a background or something like that, or adjust the color of the picture and the blurriness. Illustrator is more free-handed, so they use tablets to draw and illustrate the art. And the InDesign is more for like, if you were gonna do like magazine design, newspaper flyers, manipulating text and content to display a certain type of way. Our e-commerce classes is only open to our Polytech students. And that teacher teaches, again, basic e-commerce, entrepreneurship skills. Those students, most of them will move into our business program, which I'll get to in just a minute. CSIT is if you ever wanted to, work in a pretty high-paced environment where you were walking around, whether in a corporate office or at a school, fixing issues that come up, networking issues, can't get on the email, your printer's down, can't figure something out, that's who you would call. So that program teaches how to do all of those things. And they do their industry certification, which is the A+ certification. Technology support services is brand new. Like I said, adults only, so we're still working on some of the search for that. And then .NET has a lot of certifications. They offer the Microsoft Office access. They also offer database, a separate database test, HTML, software development, and even Java and CSS. So quite a few different certifications to prove to the industry that you know what you're talking about when you know the content. So then we have a few more. Accounting, very popular accounting program for the industry. They do industry certifications, QuickBooks, Microsoft Office, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Sometimes we'll allow them to take an entrepreneurship test, just depending kind of where they are and what they've accomplished. Medical administrative assistant is available too, and they do the CMAA test, which enables them to prove that they know how to work in an office space as a medical administrative assistant. And then business management and analysis. It's kind of our all-encompassing, if you want to work in a business, if you want to manage. We have a recent graduate, she was working for Wawa, and they were actually paying her tuition to come here, and she was moving up at Wawa in management as she worked there and came to school here at STC. So under our hospitality/human service programs, we have cosmetology. We have a high school program, which consists of 2 teachers. One teacher teaches all of the first-year students, which are 11th graders. And then that class is full. I mean, we probably turn away, sadly, 60 to 80 students sometimes a school year. We just have so much demand. But we take in about 44 students, as many as we actually can in the first year. They stay with us for a year, and then they move over to Miss Carol, second year teacher for 12th grade, and they stay with her for a year. And then they return to us in the summer after graduation from high school to finish up the program. So it's a nice way for them to get, as a dual enrollment student, all of as much as they can of the courses under the belt, so they don't have to pay for them. They're free. And then they only have a little bit left as an adult. We also have a cosmetology adult day program that consists of a cohort. So they start in August, they go all the way through the school year until the end of June, and they finish as one complete group. And that is only eligible for adults to enroll in. We take about 22 students to that program, and it usually also fills pretty quickly. And then we have our facial programs. Right now, we're currently running 2-day programs, but most of the time we only have 1-day program and 1 evening program, and that is for adults. And that program is 220 hours. So it's really fast. It's about 3 to 4 months, fast and furious. Many students take that program when they want just to have an interest in facials. Maybe it's a personal interest. It's a bridge to doing waxing, microblading, advanced facial programs, the lashes that are so popular nowadays, all those types of things, microdermabrasion, things that they can get into if they take this and then move to a higher level program elsewhere. So we also have, in addition to those, a continuing education set of courses for early childhood. So if you're ever interested in working in a childcare system, you can sign up for these. We used to have a dual enrollment program, but we closed it. We just had a low number of students, and it was really interesting. Our numbers started to drop low, then COVID hit, and of course, very low during that time. And then all of a sudden after COVID, it was like everybody needed their kids back in daycare, and they didn't have enough people. So we reinstated it due to popular demand. And that program runs kind of simultaneously, a little bit of online a week, a little bit of meeting time in the evenings during the week. And you can stay in it from anywhere from August all the way through and complete the whole thing till May, or you can jump in at any time and take different courses depending on what your needs are. And if you complete that course, you're eligible to work not only as a paraprofessional in a childhood center, but also a teacher. And with the exception of VPK, you could be a lead teacher. So that's just a little bit about that. And they're relatively cheaply priced. They also have the Teach Scholarship that's available through the Early Learning Coalition. So most of the time you can get the entire thing paid for without having to spend any money out of pocket, which is awesome. So here at STC, we have a group that we use for each of our programs. They're called advisory boards. Every single program has an advisory board. They meet twice a school year. And basically in the meetings, the board members tell us what they need our students to learn. They can say, we need students to have better customer service experience, or we need students to know these software programs, or we have, shortfalls in these areas we need to fill. Please teach your students how to do that. So they give us feedback. They look at our equipment. They look at our program content, our software that we use, and they help to guide the teachers in the right direction in terms of what could they do better, what's coming in the pipeline in industry, and what do we already do well. So those are really nice input for us to have, obviously, from the community, because our job here at STC is to provide learning for students to work in our local community workforce. We also have a partnership with CareerSource. I listed the contact, Nia Chalinsky at the bottom here of the slide. She is our newest CareerSource representative. And so I just recently, a couple weeks ago, took her around to all the classrooms and introduced her. You can go to her as a student here at any time and make an appointment. You can do a walk-in at our CareerSource Center, excuse me. But we work with them to help our students in a lot of things. Resume writing, things that sometimes the teachers don't have that much time to get to in class. Interview skills, how to fill out a job application correctly, succinctly, how to get employment opportunities. So she has lots of employers that will come to her and say, we need employees, and she will look to then place our students depending on where those needs are. So placement is a really big thing. We really want our students placed in field after graduation, and that is what we strive to do here at STC. Even if they have to take, let's say they want to be in cosmetology, but then they want some more business experience, they can enroll at one of those programs as well. So you can do multiple programs. Let me see if this link will work here with this. our internet went down earlier. So this is a job board that, if it will load, is available on our suncoast.edu website, which is the website for Suncoast Technical College. And it's basically, if it were to appear, a page where people can go in and fill out a form. And so right here's the post a job form. You were a business and needed employees, you would post a job. If you were looking as a student to find a job, you could come to this page, and there are a lot of jobs available, as you can see here. We're working to get it set up to where there's like a flyer, a nice area for to draw student attention to, so that they can see what's available in the workplace, and maybe even get Nia to help them apply should they need some more help. Let me see if I can get back. So one of the things that I was tasked for this presentation to present, and then this is little tiny, these are kind of where are the jobs, what fields are in demand, and the base salary that students could make upon graduation. So although I'm not over the health programs that we have here at Surgical Tech, you can see that, you know, $48,000 a year average. So we like to call it kind of a career to year. So in 1 year, come to school here. All of our programs pretty much are set up for financial aid if you needed financial assistance. We also have scholarships available, but you can come here and you can get a job, you know, making quite a bit of money. Our cosmetology program doesn't look like it makes much, but as you know, if you get your hair done, that the tipping is a lot of where the money is made in cosmetology, and it's not necessarily always reported like it should be. So we have had students go to Venice and work on, you know, retirees' hairs all day and make $100,000 a year after graduation of high school. So pretty awesome. But there's just a nice picture of some of the different positions that you could get from degrees here and what those salaries are. So this is just sort of an example of our industry certification tracking. See the teacher's name and example of tests that students in their class get to take. As you can see, I blacked out the students' names that we have high school and adult students. They get to take the test multiple times within a school year. The testing is included in their tuition, so it's not that they have to pay for these tests out of pocket, which is nice. So if you're on financial aid will pay for you to take them. And like I said, you get multiple attempts per year, so that's awesome. If you were to not pass one, you could retake it again. And this is just sort of how we track kind of what's going on with those certs for teachers. Our industry certification tests here, primarily students test in the testing center. And so we send them down, or they make appointments in the testing center to go and test. If you were a student that I had one in here today that graduated or is graduating right now, but he has a series of tests that he did not yet complete. So he wants to use the summer to better prepare for them and then come and test. So I was explaining to him, well, you just have to make an appointment with the testing center. I gave him his vouchers, and he comes into the testing center and tests whenever he feels that he's ready and confident enough to take the test. So these are a few of the different videos. I'll see if they'll play, hopefully with the bandwidth, they'll run through from different programs. Or a couple of minutes of each. I'll start with the digital video tech one and see if it'll show up for us. And if it continues to be slow, I will pause it.
And Tiffany, if it's unable to load, we can definitely include these in the follow-up email for participants.
Okay. So basically what the videos are is just examples of what the course looks like inside itself, what students do throughout the day while they're here, and then testimonials from various students. You know, why did they sign up for the course? What did they get out of it? That type of thing. And so there's 3 of them, like I said, if you're interested in the different programs. And basically, quickly, that's it. But I'm also a fast talker, even though my voice is hoarse. So yeah, if you have any questions, I'll look forward to answering any of them.
Thank you, Tiffany. That was very informative. Let me see here. We've got a couple questions. The first one is, why is the early childhood program so long? The other ones I've seen are much shorter.
Yeah, Like I said, you can jump in and out of it at any time. Students sometimes are already employed and they're being paid to take the proper trainings that they need, so that they can work under less supervision. It may be, and I'm not 100% sure on this because I'm not as familiar with other programs, it may be that the other programs don't enable you to become like that lead teacher. Like it might just be a para or then a teacher, but this one takes you all the way up to a lead teacher, with the exception of VPK because there's some other certifications required.
Okay, thank you.
Good question.
Next question, what scholarships are available? And if I could just go in here for a second, Women's Resource Center, everybody, once a year opens up our scholarships. Usually it's in January and February. And this past February, or just recently, we gave out over 50 scholarships. So Women's Resource Center is one of those places you can go to. And Tiffany, do you have any others for us?
Yeah, so here, our scholarships, if you're a 12th grade student and you come to us, you pretty much get another $1,000 scholarship to apply when you come to us as an adult, if you don't have time to finish your program, as an 11th and 12th grader. So that's one way that we give out scholarships. The other requirement that we have for scholarships here at STC is we require everyone who wants to apply for them to fill out a FAFSA, a federal application for student financial aid. Even if you don't know if you'll qualify, based on income or parental income, whatever, we still ask that you fill that out. And then once we get that information in our database, we open up other scholarships that we feel might be a good fit. And that's something that our career counselors here in student services work with students on. What is their financial need? Where do they live? We have homeless waivers, childcare situations, things like that. So what is it that they need tailored to that student? And we offer and explain those scholarships to them and have them fill those applications out.
Okay. And you've gone over scholarships. Let me see here. I think we may have another question. Nope, it looks like that's it. Any other questions, my friends, if you'll get them in quickly here for Tiffany?
And if any of you ever want to come on a tour, certainly you can call and make an appointment with student services. Feel free to just ask for me, Tiffany Cantrell, and I can route you to the right people. If you want to come and get your hair done in the salon or facial, my favorite are back facials where you lay on your belly and they just put all kinds of lotion on your back. It's super awesome because it's kind of hard to do that yourself, but our prices are very, very reasonable. Our students are very experienced and supervised with the teachers, and it's really fun. So way cheaper than you could get things done, out in the workplace, and give students some really good experiences.
Excellent. I recently had the experience of taking a tour, and it's a fabulous place. I was so impressed with everything that it made me want to maybe sign up for a few classes my own. And you did mention, Tiffany, that they can start in high school as well as the adult program, correct?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You can start in high school as an 11th grader. You can certainly apply as a 12th grader, but like I said, a lot of times the programs are full because so many students start in 11th grade. And I didn't mention with regard to our culinary programs, we have a bistro that is available and open not every month of the school year because we start the students and then we kind of get them acclimated and trained. But if you look on our website under bistros, we have a bistro that is available. And so in the first semester, we do breakfast, like 9 a.m. to like 12. And then in the second semester, we do lunch so that both sets of our AM and PM students get that experience. We also have a program called CA2C, which stands for Culinary Arts to Careers. And those students are deferred diploma students, typically special needs with cognitive disabilities. And we are looking to get those students in the workplace. So they're able to come, and we do what we call a kind of a grab and go machine. It's a vending machine where we make the food in-house, put it in these special containers that fit in the machine, and really cheaply priced. You can go for $5 and swipe your Apple Pay or credit card, and it'll drop down from the machine. And that group of students actually makes all of those items for our school and staff. We also have main campus programs, but we have many of our business programs are on the Northbrook campus as well as we have a culinary program. So if you live closer to Northport, I know a lot of people come from Port Charlotte, Venice area, maybe you don't want to travel up this far. There are a lot of programs available at our Northport campus, and we're actually working on breaking ground to expand that campus in the coming years.
Excellent. I think I've got another question for you, Tiffany.
Sure.
Are the courses single parent friendly? I'm guessing maybe childcare or something like that.
Yes. So unfortunately, we closed our childcare program, which was so awesome because a lot of our students did have their kids, right here with them, and it was amazing. But we do not have that program anymore. What I would suggest as a single parent, because I know lots of times you have to be out of school when kids are sick and you don't have coverage for them at home, you can come as a part-time adult student. So you could come in the morning or the afternoon. And we are implementing some of our programs next year will be offered as an online option. So if you do well online, you can certainly come in and work in the classroom. But if you want to work from home due to childcare, transportation, whatever, you have the ability to do that and then come on campus if you need to or as needed.
Thank you. I think that may be it for our questions. Tiffany, thank you so much for doing this today for us. I know it's been very helpful for me as the community navigator. I'm out in the field telling people about these services that you offer, and our resource advisors are going to love this good information. Please, everybody, remember when this is finished, there's just a quick survey if you wouldn't mind filling that out for us. And remember, within 48 hours, we're going to have the YouTube channel set up for you and linked with your email. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you taking the time to come out today and listen to this, and have a very good day. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you for having me.